to your point, that type of defensive, cagey matchup where Sephiroth isn't going to rush him down, but almost kind of keep him at that arm's length with the tags, keeping him there with the flare.
Yeah, a lot of like zoning with the length of the sword. He's got Nair if he gets up close, but in general, Roy's gonna want to box and Sephiroth is not. So.
Yeah, and one thing that we can already see that G-Money is doing very well is kind of using these quick, short aerials to get out and keep Roy stuffed at a distance. Nothing too committal, but once Roses does find a way in, hopefully there's going to be a way for him to convert.
Wow. Okay, got the shot. We're putting him at disadvantage. I don't know how he's gonna land. Yeah, gonna try and shield, but G-Money's gonna scout that out, get that grab.
Yeah, and we see that Roses. Oh, that's a little bit of an overshoot. Unfortunate.
No.
And Roses goes down with a quick stock, and DoctorG is just in a commanding position right now.
Great start for him, but he's feeling good about that.
Absolutely. And when you look at this right now, Roses has changed up their style a little bit. They're kind of a little more trigger happy to swing. But I think what we need to do is bait that Sephiroth in the shield, grab him, and start our change that way. Because right now he's getting so much mileage off of those up tilts. But got to be careful of those quick landing aerials that we already talked about.
Okay, no jump, and yeah, but he's not going to get wing anytime soon with the stock. But yeah, going to get on the stage pretty easily. Let's see what Rose's option is. Yeah, comes in aggressive, can't shield out of that dash.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing right now is DoctorG is doing such a good job of tagging up Roses when he comes back up the stage, covers himself with the scintilla, and then pushes him to a neutral situation. So now probably dead, almost for sure.
Yeah, relatively early stock in the grand scheme of things. Sephiroth pretty light, but you still don't want to die at 70 regardless.
Yeah, there is no way that you want to lose the stock that fast.
No.
But with the way that DoctorG has been playing, I think that he can extend the stocks a little bit farther if he does dial back in his decision-making, even though he has been pretty conservative thus far.
Right.
Keeping Roy in a great disadvantage state in the corner, but
great reset, nice. Okay, yeah, but swinging a little bit too much. You gotta get that F tilt.
Yeah, and a good point that you made today that you cannot commit that much against DoctorG, especially when he's at a relatively low percentage with this stock lead. There's no incentive for him to do anything to try and jump in and swing at you.
Sure. Okay, gonna get that grab. I feel like Rosa is doing a much better job of like closing the distance in general. You gotta make sure you make the right reads when you're holding your advantage. Let's see, what's the option? Yeah, he's gonna have to do August Slash, but yeah, afraid to contest it. He maybe get a countered or something, but yeah.
That was a good attempt at a whiff, at a punish for the overshoot on the up B, but now
I thought he had it. I thought he had that back here.
You gotta pull the okay.
Well, all plans. That's all good.
Yeah, you know, it's part of the plan. This is all mental warfare at this point. But if you're Roses, you have to stop getting hit by these 3 tags because that locks you in shield for so long.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Yeah, unfortunate. That air dodge just going to be too laggy. But great limiting of options from DoctorG right there at the end.
Yeah, and to your point, DoctorG did a really great job of just locking down neutral and almost commanding the entire center of PS2. You can't go to platform safely. You can't go any other stages safely. So knowing that the current stage list is slightly in Roy's favor, if I'm DoctorG, I have to take away Town and City. I don't want to give him any more space than he needs to. But additionally, I think Hollow Bastion might be a great way to take away Roy's snowball ability as well.
I could see that. And the less polarizing blast zones on Hollow Bastion versus Town and City, for example, would probably be better suited for Sephiroth because you want some better survivability because Roy can just take you off the side really, really easily on a stage like Town and City, for example.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you almost want to get rid of both AC stages, but I can see some benefit in a Hollow Bastion ban, but I am interested to see where Rosa takes us. Because the Roy, something started to click.
Yeah, definitely.
Eventually.
Yeah, because if you think about that first stock, like the momentum was so in DoctorG's favor with that overshoot over the ledge, and then he just got hit by the Giga Flare.
Yeah.
But you could see like shades of how even it could have been towards the end of there, with as well as Rosa was pushing back and starting to hold up some decent advantage states.
Yeah, and one thing today, so we're going to small battlefield here. I'm not necessarily crazy about this pick. I think it does condense it too much for Roy. I know Roy gets the choice here, but it's almost like a catch-22. Sephiroth can do the same thing, but with less space now.
True. So it's all about, like, you're making the stage smaller so you can get in for boxing maybe theoretically a little bit quicker, but you're also going to be at a disadvantage for a lot longer. And Sephiroth can cover, like, the majority of the stage with even his up air alone, like that.
Yeah. That is such a good setup by DoctorG, doing a great job kind of covering the stage, getting back to center stage, using that up B as a movement tool.
Right.
Sephiroth need to take note of that, use that in their toolkit, and then again, like we said last game, tagged up 3 times, and this is where you're forced to shield and
Wow. I think maybe try to read a roll, but like you could have gotten maybe a down smash to take that shield, but yeah, not the best situation for Rosa right now.
Yeah, and right now Rosa does need to find some way to regain stage control, because without that, DoctorG has just had such a commanding lead over him in the air, and you can't recover very linearly against him. And now I feel like DoctorG almost has a mental edge on this game. And
I can see that.
Rosa now is trying to make some type of swings to get something out of him, but DoctorG just doing such a good job of kind of getting these buttons. It's like, I dare you to swing at me.
For sure. You know, I mean, like, the biggest thing about Roy is how much he can force you into, like, 50-50 situations out of your shield, and Sephiroth doesn't do really that well with them because of his nairs being his best option in most scenarios. So I think that Rosa, if he can just capitalize a little bit more on what DoctorG does when he hits his shield, then maybe we can have a little closer game.
Ooh.
Great catch.
Yeah, the forward throw into getting that air dodge to come back into the dancing blade. Maybe if he staggered it on a timing, there could have been a guaranteed kill, but unfortunately right now, DoctorG has the scariest thing within Smash in my eyes, and that's the wing.
Right. It is. It's huge for like the way that he can maneuver, and it just like, wow, it just makes a lot of Roy's pressure not as scary because of how fast he can move.
Yeah, exactly, and you can kind of control the air even a little bit better, and Rosa is in a corner. You have to find a way to take care of DoctorG. If you lose this stock and go down, okay, that'll do it for sure.
Okay, all right, that was an option. And that's something. That's the first time he's ever gone for that. So I like the mix-up.
Yeah, a very good mix-up. But right now, I think
he keeps jumping in, and I think that DoctorG's got a lot of those, like just retreating back airs to catch his jump.
Yeah, that's a very, very safe move for Sephiroth to set up that spacing zone, kind of like that threat bubble of no.
Yeah, I got a little bit too.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And DoctorG with a commanding 2-0 win over Rosa. You got to feel real good if that's your round 1. You're just going in hot to the next set. So Zombie and Classic is going to be our next set coming up. I think you've had a good bit of experience with Classic before, correct?
Right, yeah. He played a lot of Majis back pre-pandemic, so I know that he's been playing a lot. I think he's playing Fox now?
Yeah, I believe he's playing Fox. I think your sound might have died, but yeah, he is playing Fox now. Very, very talented player, and what I do want to see is how he kind of adapts to that lockdown, controlling style that Steve just forces you to play.